Hola amigos, ¿qué tal? Stuart here from Spain Speaks with an update on the situation here in Spain on the snowstorm situation. This has now overtaken the health crisis. As you can see, we had a huge snowstorm yesterday, a huge snowstorm for Madrid. Everybody was predicting the snowstorm of the century, and apparently this is the heaviest snowfall in this particular part of the world for about the last 50 years. Not many people can remember the last time it snowed like this, and as you can see, a lot of snow behind me. We'll go out into the street and have a look what the situation's like out there. It's not good. I spent a fair bit of time this morning getting the snow off the path behind me because somebody told me that that's what you need to do before it turns to ice. Unfortunately, here in Spain, we don't have a lot of experience with snow, not in this part of Madrid. Somebody yesterday said that Canadians would piss themselves laughing at the amount of snow that we have had here, but today it's a different story. Not sure if it's on Canadian standards just yet, but as I said before, people are not used to this type of snow in this part of the world. Let's go and take a look at the street. Now you can get an idea of what fell overnight behind me here. We'll have a look at that in a moment, but we'll go outside and check it out there. To be honest, I've never seen anything like this anywhere in the world. I've seen pictures of it, of course, those blizzards that they have in North America, but this is unbelievable for this part of the world. I'll just make my way carefully here to the gate, open it up, and this is what we're looking at outside here today. Compared to yesterday, don't really know how much snow we've had, but I'd say probably 50, maybe 60 centimeters of snow. Kids are enjoying it, a couple of kids over there out and about, but this is going to be extremely difficult for people here to deal with over the next few days. This is my garage here. I'm going to have to try and get this snow out of the way before it turns to ice. We can see the amount of snow there sitting on top of cars, and yeah. Now, as predicted, the city of Madrid has collapsed. Trains have stopped, buses have stopped, the airport is closed, and people were stuck in traffic jams yesterday for up to 12 hours because people couldn't rescue them. The snow machines couldn't get through because the traffic was so thick in some parts of the city. The M30 was closed, the M40, those are the two main ring roads around the city. They collapsed completely, so it was fairly chaotic yesterday in this part of the world. And as I mentioned, the airport's closed, public transport shut down, and basically people are trapped in their homes. That's going to be positive for the health situation because nobody can get out and spread the virus. So I'm sure that numbers are going to go down in coming days as a result of this snowstorm. But as I said, unusual, very unusual in fact for this part of the world. Now I'll give you an idea of the side of the house here. We saw yesterday what it looked like, and this is what it looks like today. Those trees are virtually collapsed because of all of the snow on top of them. Some of the branches are broken as well. And I managed to clear out a bit of a path down the side of the house here, but you can see the mountains of snow that we have here. This is the neighbor's house over here. You can see the snow there on his gutters. Probably have to try and clean that off. And if we look up here, we can see something that I've never seen in this part of the world before. In fact, I've only seen this in documentaries about Alaska, Canada, and some of those blizzards, as I said before, that they have in North America. Unbelievable. Now, as I said, the Madrid community is virtually at a standstill, and I think that's fairly similar around the northern half of Spain, probably down even to a place like Jaén. We're going to see conditions like this, and all of this central area of the country, I imagine, looks like this at the moment. At least the capital city does in the Madrid community, and I'm sure that it extends a lot further than that as well. The Madrid community has announced that school has been cancelled for Monday and Tuesday until they get things back to normal, or they try to get things back to normal, because I don't know how long it's going to take to remove all of this snow. Very cold temperatures are also predicted for Monday and Tuesday. I think it's going to get down to -11, -12, so that's not good. If that happens, probably all of this will just become solid ice, and how long it takes to disappear is anybody's guess. I haven't seen any machines on the road trying to clear snow around this area. The police stopped all circulation yesterday at around 2 p.m, and basically nobody can travel at the moment in this part of Madrid unless you've got chains. I was tempted yesterday to take the Subaru out for a spin. Somebody mentioned that Subarus can handle a fair bit of snow, but in the end I never got around to it, and to be honest, I'm not really experienced driving in snow. Now we'll go and take a look at the backyard, and you can get an idea of what the snowfall has been like in the last 24 hours. Okay, now here's the situation in the back part of the house. You can see there the difference between what I showed you yesterday on that same table. Yesterday we had about 6 or 7 centimeters of snow, and anybody's guess as to how many centimeters of snow we have on this table here now. Let's just have a look. I've got no idea how much snow is there, but a lot. As you can see here, this is the panorama in the back garden. As I said, I have never seen anything like this before in my life, let alone in this part of Spain. Unbelievable. But every cloud has a silver lining, and as you can see there, I've got a nice beer chilling in the ice, which is going to go down a treat in a few minutes' time. So there we go. I'll start to wrap the video up from snowy Spain. As I mentioned, here everything is collapsed. Airport, public transport, roads, nobody's going anywhere today. Everybody's going to have to stay at home. And as you can see, the snow is still falling. I'm going to now go outside and try and get the snow off the car, try and clear a few pathways so that it doesn't become solid ice. So I'll let you know how I get on with that in tomorrow's video. On that note, I'll start to wrap the video up. Questions and comments, please leave them in the section below. Give the video a thumbs up if you liked it, thumbs down if you didn't. Debate the situation out as you normally do. Hasta luego.